So today I'm going to shadow here Oprah Winfrey. So let's try it. It's going to be fun.
Everybody talks about building a brand. I never even knew what that was.
Everybody talks about building a brand. I never even knew what that was.
Have you struggled to find the right words when talking to fluent English speakers? Ever felt the hesitation to speak and converse in English with the advanced speakers just because you feel that you are going to be judged? You are not alone. Many ESL learners face this challenge of trying to speak in English, having English conversations out there with advanced English speakers, facing the fear of being judged for their language skills. Well, today we are going to eat the frog and deal with the challenges that you face in speaking English language. Eat the frog? Wow, what does it even mean? Eat the frog is a famous productivity technique that involves tackling with the difficult situations and the most challenging part firsthand. So taking the problem head on, dealing with it right there and then. So what do? What is the frog in English speaking? I guess everybody has got a single answer to this. It is the fear, the hesitation in speaking the language because of several reasons. Maybe you feel that you are being judged in a scenario where everybody is speaking fluent English but you don't have those language skills. Maybe you feel that your grammar is not sufficient, you haven't learned enough of it and you need to perfect it before you begin speaking. Or maybe your vocabulary isn't that vast and you don't find the right words to say when you are talking to someone in English. Welcome to Fluency Goals. I'm Mandeep, your English coach, and today in this lesson we are going to eat the frog and tackle all the challenges that you face while speaking in English. Guess what? The more you delay your speaking in English, the harder it gets for you. But if you take the first step, the rest becomes easier. Now, what is it that is actually hindering your progress or stopping you to speak English or to have English conversations with other people? The first and the foremost fear that you might be having is that you do not have a strong base in the language. That means you are focusing too much on the grammar, too much on the sentence structures, getting the right tense for conveying your thoughts, for narrating your experiences. You probably might be thinking in the back of your mind that whether to use past tense, whether to use past perfect tense, am I getting the verb form correct or not? But the simple solution to all this is keep on learning, working on your grammar, but do not delay your speaking practice. So you need to have active conversations with the speakers. Maybe it can be a colleague, it can be a friend, or it can be a language partner on an online community. It can be anybody, but you need to have the speaking practice. And if you do not have any language partner, fear not. There are many solo English speaking practice exercises that can help you build that confidence to work on your speaking skills. Now, I do not want you to just work on your speaking skills to keep speaking and commit mistakes continually. The important point is that you recognize your mistakes and you correct them later. So, speak first, correct later. That is the right approach to go about it. Now, the second thing that might be hindering your speaking is probably you're too worried about your pronunciation. You do not get the pronunciations right, and people might be laughing at your face because of the way you pronounce certain words. Don't be surprised if I share with you here that I also struggled with getting the right pronunciations, especially getting rid of my mother tongue influence. Until somebody told me on my face that my pronunciations are not right. So that was the point when I realized that I need to work on pronunciation. But guess what did I do later? Did I feel ashamed about it? No, I did not feel ashamed of the way I pronounce certain words, but rather I reset my English language learning. So the key to right pronunciation is listening and shadowing. So I started listening to a lot of native speakers, a podcast for a Netflix series, and I started shadowing them. Okay, you might say that this technique, shadowing, we have heard about it so many times. We have heard other teachers talk about it so many times, but what is the right way to go about it? So let me just demonstrate this technique to you instead of just telling you about it. So today I'm going to shadow here Oprah Winfrey. Observe that how I'm just not concerned about anything that she is speaking. What is it making sense or not? Am I understanding the words or not? But what is my concern is how she is pronouncing the words, how is she saying the sentences, where is she taking the pauses, which words she is stressing, and where is the rise in the tone, where is the fall in the tone. So let's try it. It's going to be fun.
He talks about building a brand. I never even knew what that was.
Everybody talks about building a brand. I never even knew what that was. Notice the change in the tone at that was. The tone of the speech gets softer at this point. I never even knew what that was. So the stress is on the phrase, on the part, what that was.
When people say, you're a brand, I would say, no, I'm just Oprah.
When people say you're a brand, I'd say, no, I'm just Oprah. No. So see, the focus here goes on no and the tone. I'm just mimicking her style of speaking as it is without wondering why she has stressed this part here and why not, and what is even she talking about.
What I recognize now is that my choice
What I recognize now is that my choice
to, in every way, in every example, in every experience,
do it in every way, in every example, in every experience.
to do the right thing and the excellent thing is what has created the brand.
To do the right thing and the excellent thing is what has created the brand. See the focus on the words the brand
The brand.
and the tone. So it brings an emotion there. So we are bringing that emotion as it is, as she is feeling.
And what I know is that when you are excellent, you become unforgettable.
Is what I know is when you are excellent, you become unforgettable. Notice how she's pronouncing become. You become unforgettable.
You become unforgettable.
So here her stress is on the words become unforgettable.
People remember you. You stand out. Regardless of what it is, you become an unforgettable woman.
People remember you. You stand out, regardless of what it is. So see, I'm trying to mimic even the emotion that she has put so much energy into saying this part, regardless of what it is.
Regardless of what it is.
So the key to this is that you need to mimic the speaker as it is, along with their emotions, their style of speech, their pauses, their flow, the rise in tone in the voice. And while you do it, It will not only just work on your pronunciation, the way you pronounce the words, but it's also going to work on the connected speech. So how you are connecting certain words, functional words, non-functional words. Now at any point, if you feel that the pace of the native speakers, as we all know, they speak quite fast. If you, at any point you feel that it is becoming too difficult for you to follow what they are saying, and even if you have the transcript or the subtitle at your disposal, still you are unable to speak at the same pace, you can always slow down the speed of the video or the podcast to 0.5x, 0.75x according to your choice, according to your pace. So adjust it accordingly, but do work on it. It works wonders. Now, another thing that might hamper our fluency in conversations is not knowing what to say when we are posed with certain questions or certain topics where we do not have enough knowledge to talk about. It might stop you from putting forth your opinion. But the key to it is to have some starter phrases ready, and you do not need to answer everything immediately the moment it is asked to you. You can always take a pause or say the starter phrases like, I think that's a great question, but I believe, or if you do not have any idea, that is an interesting question, but I would like to have your take on this before I put forth my point. So in that way, you can garner some information from the speaker itself. You can just reflect the question back to the speaker and gather some thoughts on the topic before you begin speaking. So these are some aspects that you need to work on your language, on your conversation skills. So the more you work, the more you practice on it, the better you become at it. Another thing that I wish to add here is it's always good to have knowledge on current affairs and things that are going around you, because if you do not have any knowledge into the subject, how are you going to have any opinion on it? So reading newspapers, magazines, or listening to news is also a great exercise to keep yourself updated on the current affairs and to have healthy conversations and discussions. I hope that you found this lesson valuable, and I had a lot of fun in trying to shadow Oprah Winfrey. Practice this at your own at home and let me know in the comment section what did you like the most about this video, or which exercise you practiced and how it turned out to be for you. I would like to hear about that. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done yet. I'll see you next week with another lesson. Till then, happy learning.